Good evening, guys. This is DeathClock Dave. Welcome to another Battle Report recap. This evening we had Jordan Reed playing Cygnar with Haley2 versus Bryce Wilkins playing Menoth and Severius1. So we played Scenario 3 this evening, which is Spread the Net, and first turn went to Cygnar. Guys, if you enjoyed the content that we're creating, please hit like on that video. Also follow, subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on Facebook, DeathClock Dave, and you can email me directly, deathclockdave@gmail.com, if you have any comments or questions about the stream.
And hit that bell.
And hit that bell. All right, so we'll jump in. We'll talk briefly about the scenario. So we're playing Scenario 3, which is Spread the Net. So once our video switches over here, we'll talk a little bit about the layout of the scenario. We've got two rectangular zones that are horizontally oriented, which are Warcaster, Warjack, Warlock, Warbeast. We have the circular zone in the center, which is Warcaster, Warlock units, and then two flags, which are Warcaster, Warlock solos. So I'll let the guys talk briefly about their list pairings and why they chose what they chose to play tonight.
So I brought Jordan here. I brought Haley2 just because I wanted to play Haley2, and I have not played her in Mark III yet, so I just wanted to see what she could do for a Stormstrider. So I already knew going in, not caring what the matchup was, just wanted to put Haley on the board to see what would happen.
It's Bryce. I picked Severius1 because I can play, it's my armor crack list, and Resnick wouldn't have, my Resnick 2 list wouldn't have had the power to deal with the Stormwall and Strider. So I picked Severius1.
Yep. I won the roll to go first and I won the roll and decided to go first just because, as you'll see in a little bit, Haley can send a Stormstrider really far on turn 1, and I knew from the themes that we were both playing that we are both 2 inches forward, meaning I can put a Stormstrider into his advanced deployment on turn 1. So I opted to go first and put my Stormwall very centrally just because he gets to put his errants anywhere, and I wanted to, whether he knew I could do that or not, I wanted to either push them really far to the outside or be able to hit them from anywhere, really. So the Stormwall is underneath just to back it up, and then the two jacks, this charger, and the ironcladder at the top just to be for that zone. And I got a couple. I have Arlen at the bottom, who's hoping to eventually run onto that flag.
And Bryce, any particular reason you chose that side of the table?
I don't have access to Pathfinder all that much. My errands do, because I have that new solo, the Eilish or whatever his name is. And I want to try and get up the table because he's just going to try to shoot me. And I didn't know that he could push the Strider and shoot at me turn 1.
No, he didn't.
It was scary.
This is why, guys, we ask questions and confirm threat ranges.
Yeah.
There's, for terrain on the table, we've got, on the right-hand side, we've got rubble at the top, water in the middle, forest on the bottom. In the middle of the table, we have an obstruction, which is a house. Above that, we have another forest. To the left and lower of that, we have a hill, and down below that, we have a wall, and then down to the very bottom and to the right, we have another forest.
All right.
The way I deployed, I tried to and hopefully get my horses up and close to the Strider or the Stormwall, because I think they would be able to do a bunch of damage to them.
Yep.
And the Knights, same thing, just try and get up close. I gotta try and get close so you don't shoot me all that much.
Yep.
Aaron's kind of did what they're supposed to do. and die horribly.
6 dying on turn 1. Top of turn 1 is not the great.
They die just a little prematurely.
So this is me just confirming, measuring out, talking about the tricks that I can pull. So we start off, I believe, with Haley going first, and she gets ready and starts pushing that Stormstrider up. So Haley goes and I think casts TK on the Stormstrider through Thorn, getting Thorn and movement up here, as you'll see in a little bit, and I start going to town. So the plan here was just to attrition get as much shots as I possibly can turn 1. The more of those errants that die this turn, the better, because I don't want to be wasting shots later in turns to get them. So it's basically just run up, shoot some stuff, and run everything else up just to be in threatening situation for the next turn. Maybe I do believe actually the way Haley was placed in this turn, I should have actually had her more central. Just
She's pretty far north.
Yeah, I wanted her that, but then after you counter deployed and put your horses to the bottom, I should have noticed it a little bit more and should have walked her a bit farther down. I just didn't want to block off run avenues for the storm.
I think I should have, at this point, I should have self-sacked to the back of the row. So I can still at least get them up there.
So you got the Stormstrider taking its 2 initials and the extra shot from temporal acceleration and taking out the whole world with Electro Leaps.
Yep, I rolled a little bit above average here and killed, I think, 6. I killed 6.
I had 6 left.
Or you had 4 left. No, I think I actually got... Did you have 5 left?
I have 5 left.
Did you?
4?
Yeah, there's 5 on the hill there.
5 on the hill.
So... oh no, this is my last shot here. This is my last shot here, yeah. So there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's top of turn 1. We got 6 guys dead already. So
yeah, the killing half a unit, and a 16-point unit is pretty bad. So again, everything just runs up and goes into position. I put sidekick on the ironclad, and then realized afterwards that everything in his army is blessed. So I figured out very quickly that there's not much really to do with Arcane Chiller spells against most of his troops. So I put... where did I put Arcane Shield? I don't think I put it out
on
the
Strider.
Arcane Shield was on the Strider initially.
Yeah. The junior walks up and puts it on the Strider. And I've created a little pocket there for the Stormwall, because after seeing where he put his horses, I decided that the Stormwall would be better used on the other side. So... yeah. I
got a Thorn that ran up. He was already a little bit far up there from the reaction drive from the TK.
Yep. And then it's a wonderful thing when you have an 18-inch control range. It's a wonderful thing. Yeah. So Thorn is just there to threaten with spells, move stuff around. He becomes useful later on in the game, just throwing spells halfway across the board. So
he's also got destruction on his spear and the cortex damage on his shield, which is quite handy.
Which never actually came into the game.
No. it can be very useful, but it's
2 jacks. It's not really worth throwing out there for 2 jacks.
Yeah.
I think it's on the start of your turn.
Yeah, start of my turn. I pretty much have to get everything up the board at this moment, and I try and do stupid tricks to get everybody angry.
Yeah, so
because battle driven gives me +2 strength, Pathfinder, and +2 armor, and it's a key point of this army because the horses go to POW 19,
and it's on damage, right? Not just kill. Damage. So if he puts 1 damage on one of your horses, then
they all go up. They go up to armor. The horses are armor 17. They go up to 19. Their POW 14 go up to 16.
And then 17 after, and then 17 after Vision.
After Eye of Menoth.
Eye of Menoth, which is natural. I don't have to pay for it.
Yes, that's great. So Eye of Menoth, Sevi has naturally, it's everybody within his control of 16 inches. It gets +1 to attack and +1 damage. So
it pretty much makes this entire list be able to hit anything in the world.
Yeah, everything's a lot of weapon masters.
9, and they're all weapon masters.
So I think there we had a dodge.
Oh yeah, your errands I think just walked up and took some shots.
2 solos take some shots at the Charger.
Or no, the Ironclad.
No, it's the little guy.
It's the Charger. You start taking some shots at Chargers. You plink some damage. I think you end up putting around 7 on him. Before that, you Your
Aaron's
shot at Thorn just to trench him. You missed one, so I reaction drive back because I was like, I didn't like
dodged.
Yes, dodge.
Yeah.
Just because I didn't like being shot at. So
Just did some shots, just trying to take some damage early because those guys, now that I don't have that many errands, they don't have to stick around with the errands at all. So
yep, they're no longer a great fodder.
my Reckoner trying to just stay out of charge lanes, because he has 2 battle engines. I can see pretty much wherever I want. So
Yep.
I'll just hide behind a building.
Yeah. And that's a good spot, too, because if he moves up too far with his storm wall, you've still got that charge lane.
Yeah, I still have a
behind the
lane on
house.
the wall, and the Reckoner is able to destroy him.
I saw what you were trying to do. I didn't put my storm wall up there. I saw what you were trying
And
to
then
do.
this is the funny trick. I'm hiding behind a forest right now with most of the unit, who doesn't have Defender's Ward but will. But there's one lone guy sitting out there waiting.
Are you taunting me? Are you trying to say
Hey,
kill
look,
me?
I'm right here. You can shoot at this model.
So
Admiral Akbar is yelling in the background.
it's a trap. It's a trap.
This is where I move up. Sevi, I believe. Is this-
Yes, you put some
Yes.
Defender's Ward off on the
Defender's Ward on the black, the
the
white
white
unit.
The white unit at
Yeah.
the top.
And Vision up on Sevi himself because I'm scared.
Were you thinking you were going to die? Little did you know the tables turned very quickly in this game. So yeah. See, I saw you were trying to do there, so I was going to have to play accordingly to try and not get charged by 4 or 5.
I screwed up here. I should have probably put them in the forest more than I did.
Yeah.
Blocking your own line of sight.
Blocking
Yeah.
line of sight with the forest. And I'm just trying to spread out everything, and of course one guy gets up real close because it's a taunt, and it's funny.
And it's model in the way, too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Haley can still channel through Thorn because of his bond, but it
Unfortunately, they have a lance rule, and it's kind of stupid. Robin and Co. move within 3 inches because they're his bodyguard of all time.
Shield guards are good.
Yeah, it turns out when you have vision and 2 shield guards, it dissuades a little bit of shooting.
So yeah, I guess Sevi's out in the middle, nowhere with 3.
So this turn I go heavy into the think tank. I burn quite a bit of clock, just thinking where I want to put. Because with a list that has so little models, my attacks are so valuable. I have to make sure I put them in the right places. Because without it, it's not. They can just go to waste. So I think the first thing we do here is I'm just asking questions about who has Defender's Ward, who has what.
How many shots can I get to Sevi?
How many shots? I think I had a chance, but
Oh, there was a quake trick that you were going to talk.
yeah, there was a quake trick. I don't know if I could have gotten it because you could have self-sacked, but I was thinking about trying to get putting a model within range of Sevi and charging it with the Ironclad with Quake and knocking down Sevi, but I just figured with the amount of focus he had, it wouldn't quite be enough, and if it failed, the whole world kills me. So.
And Sevi's only 14, so hitting him isn't
14,
necessarily the problem.
No, it's the making sure I get enough quality attacks him. So,
He gets hurt really easy.
yeah, he does. Turns out old man stats are kind of a scary thing. So we are still in the think tank. We are just burning 6 minutes of clock here, just thinking.
I played a lot quicker than I usually play,
Yes,
which was
yes,
a
that
shocker.
was well done. There was a big time discrepancy near the end of the match.
I think
That was like 22 to like 7 or something.
It's
like that
okay.
one
Jordan
time.
had a lot more models than you did.
it's
Yeah,
true.
that's
By
right.
the end of that, but
But I also don't think about things and just go balls to the wall.
it's true. This is my first time playing Haley2 since Mark 2. So.
Oh yeah.
There's so many things to think about. So this is the Charger walking up. Finally decided to do something. The Charger sees those two errant solos up there and decides to go pop them in the head, and lucky enough puts them both in the dirt.
They're both out of 5 inches of their sack pawn is just to the errants,
You
right?
know, well, I offered you to sack pawn to the solo since they could, but you didn't want to do that really. So, so this is Jake's going. She's just energizing. Walking and then reforming. I decided that the Ironclad. I was just back and forth all over this game, so I decided the Ironclad wasn't where I wanted him for this after that turn, so I thought he was going to go trade places too. So here's the Storm Strider going up, and this activation is far, far less nifty. Yeah, so we go and we get a couple power tokens, and we go to shoot into, I believe, the idea here was I wanted to shoot off of that white, the very lead white exemplar, and I wanted to bounce to a couple of the black exemplars because E-leaps don't trigger.
They don't count as attacks.
They don't count as attacks.
So I do a lot of abilities.
Yeah, so he has an ability that they get. They go righteous. What's it called? Your battle driven. So if I can, the plan was to E-leap into him and hopefully not trigger it. But after missing my first attack, I decide just to trigger it, and I'm just gonna sandpaper away those couple front guys and see what I can do with that. So as I was saying, I saw that Bryce was trying to taunt me in with those 4 guys behind a forest. So as you see right there, the storm wall walks up, staying outside of 9 inches of all of these guys when getting in the zone. And yeah, I figured that if I could clear off those front 2 guys in front of him, the white unit couldn't get that charger either. So everything was pretty safe after I cleared off those last couple guys. So.
Plan worked to the T. They were angry afterwards.
They were angry.
Happy.
They're happy. They just didn't get to hit anything after they got angry. Yeah, they're like, we're so angry. But what do we do now? I guess we just run.
We just run and cause havoc.
Yep. So, Haley is going to go next, and I figured this was feet turn. His horsies there were looking like in a pretty scary situation. So.
You can't see her, but you can.
Oh no, it's not quite
right
yet.
under the 2A there. The Gravis is also way down.
Yes, Gravis is way down there too. I can't quite get him. Oh right, this is the MVP of the game where Idria walks up, throws a spell at one of those horses, and just pops him.
Obliterates.
Throws him right up, and MVP play, worth it every time.
And makes them all angry.
So. Haley's measuring control to get everything in. She walks up and TKs herself a bit farther forward to catch that last bottom horse. And I decide after to feat on those front 3 horses, both of his jacks, and I think I pick one of the exemplar names.
7 total?
Yeah, I think I got 7 in total.
Yeah,
I picked a vassal just because there wasn't really much. There wasn't much else. So. We get a couple on him, and then I think we put, what did we do after that? I think she's camping 2 at this point, and I think I put temporal acceleration up on Thorn just because he's going to kill. I decided I'm going to kill that one horse just in case, because why not? I've made a lot of my major attacks here, so Thorn is just walking into the forest and going to kill another horse because there's not too much else that my list can do right now. I'm almost out of activations here, so this is where I've made a major mistake, and I go and put Arcane Shield on the storm wall when I have backed Bryce into a corner, and he sees an assassination that I do not see, and Arcane Shield on my caster would have been far, far more helpful.
So this is where I go for it. This measurement here was pretty key. I mean, I get the roll D3, so there's a chance that I get both anyways, but his caster is behind the
Strider right there.
So what spell are you going to use to kill me?
I use Ashes. So I get the D3.
D3 nearest. So we're verifying that Haley is indeed.
So that I get her at least.
If he bounces off the Strider.
So I'm measuring out to make sure that Blessing, because on to Sevi, I can use. He's an arc node. He gets +2 to all damage and attack rolls.
For
the first spell.
First spell channeled through.
And turns out when you Ashes, it all counts as the same spell.
And
so
everything,
it's all +2.
Part of it. So
yeah, that's pretty sweet.
It's the POW 13 for the first one and POW 12.
Or 11.
POW 13 for all of them.
Oh, because I as well, right?
Yes, for all the bounces. Yeah, it's POW 13 on the first spell we cast.
So the first spell on all bounces and all in the first initial, and then POW 11s for the next. So this is where I try try and figure out where I'm going to go with things, make sure things are out of the way.
So at this point, I'm sweating a little bit, but I've done the math in my head a little bit and figured that a boosted POW 14 or 13 and a boosted POW 11, while it will take a chunk out of Haley, is not necessarily going to kill her. So I'm thinking he has he could do something, but it's not as frightening. But
I screw up there and move an errant in the way too.
The
back horse. I wanted to go up middle.
On what?
Math says 7 damage.
On what I done?
Yeah. If you shrug and he hits you.
Yeah, because I had 2 focus.
So you're 15 armor, right?
14.
14. Yeah. So math says 7 damage. He does a POW 24.
So this is where I put the plan in motion because it's going to be close, and I was like, let's go for it.
Hold my beer.
I got this. I
didn't think it was going to be close, Bryce. I didn't think it was going to be close at all.
Sevi pretty much hits on anything because first spell is magic ability 11.
Did you flare the? You flared
You flared the Strider.
I flared the Strider too.
With the Reckoner first,
just in case.
Just to make sure.
All right, so here's the first roll, and I'm sitting there going, okay, I got 2 focus. I can shrug both of these. We're gonna be okay. There's no.
The Reckoner first. Yeah, this is where I believe.
Right, because you put the blessing up. Yes. So, yeah, I'm getting ready to take it. I'm going. Oh, I'm gonna need to take some damage. So, let's get that phone ready. Actually, my phone died, Sally. So technically, I lost the game. So,
yes.
So yes, the game is over. So, my phone is dead. So,
now this is
in a Steamroller event. Or is it just Steamroller? Or is it? All right, here's the big roll.
this is the roll to hit.
This is the roll hit, and
you can't
see it, but Bryce proceeds to roll a 5, a 6, and a 6, and after shrugging, puts 11 damage.
There was lots of yelling and cheering at this
yes,
point.
this is where Jordan proceeded to shit his pants. And so did Haley. And then
my dice flutter away.
You rolled average on the second one, but you didn't. You needed.
Manage another point of damage.
I leave them on 4 boxes, I believe.
Yeah, you leave her on
12 damage.
You did 11.
Right now?
You did 11 and then 1.
Yeah.
You did 11 and 1, leaving her on 3.
Yeah.
Which
Which
is still a scary situation to be.
Who cares? Because the Strider, I crit on
Fire.
Yeah,
It's a burning Strider.
And it's a burning Strider. I put something on fire, and that's all I really care about.
So the assassination run doesn't go through, and you proceed to go. You played it very well. You did your assassination run first,
And then
figured out what you needed to do. So very smart on that. So
these guys just the first 2 I had to give up action, so they just kind of move out of the way, and the last one tries to do as much damage to Thorn as possible.
Oh, you take a big chunk out of him. You
charging horse. How a ton does quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, you
it's
put
dice -1, I think.
Because they're battle driven.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're battle driven.
Yeah. Yep. So you put, I think, you take out his right arm.
Yeah, that's right. You have to get free.
So you take out his right arm, and suddenly Thorn is a little less happy about that. So.
And that was only 1 charge, which is hilarious. I guess I could have gotten in with the.
You could have walked in with the rest to take some, but if you missed one.
I don't think I could have.
No.
No, because they only have half-inch melee.
True, and if you walk in and you miss,
they're feeded on, right?
Yeah,
yes, they're feeded on. Right. So this is Gravis, who has not been seen all game, running up to start joining the battle, getting in those back lines. So I think that was it.
That was the end of my turn. I moved Robin & Co. close to Sevi.
Yeah.
Here's a quick question: was the Reckoner close enough to have gotten a shot on Haley, or he was too far away?
You measured that as well.
Okay,
and
yes.
you,
17 inches.
Does the what is the Vassal still have his free get an ancillary attack?
No.
No. Okay.
I get a free focus now.
It's power up effectively.
Okay.
Everybody has that now, right? Nobody has auxiliary except for my caster. I think. Unless there's another caster out there.
There's
Assyria
from Ret.
Because Malchus can
give
auxiliary.
Okay. So after seeing my life flash before me and proceeding to almost die. I start planning my turn out, and I
should have feeded.
You should have feeded. I wasn't actually quite in feet.
Yeah, but it would have stopped you from channeling now.
It's true. So, I noticed that Blessing is just within range, close enough to get a TK off And because of Haley's wonderful bond with Thorn, I can cast spells while engaged. So it is a wonderful thing when your Arc Node can almost never be shut down. So I give 3 to the Ironclad because he's the one that's going to go and finish off that Blessing of Vengeance. And it's very important that TK hits because Blessing of Vengeance has Repulsor Shield. So I need to get rid of his ability to push me away, which Repulsor Shield does after... It's an inch push after every hit. So...
Not to mention I can hit you as you're going in.
Oh, does it actually? You
I have
have
defensive strike as well.
Yeah. So we're also planning on... Thorn got a bit beaten up there, so we're also planning on casting things through him and getting him close enough to... Arlen to actually get healed up. So as you see there, I bump the horse everywhere, and I leave melee and enter melee several times, and Thorn proceeds to die, and... So we get Thorn to walk an inch and a half away, and then we proceed to cast TK on Thorn to put him within range of Arlen to walk up and repair him up because he's not so happy. So
yeah, POW 17's a thing.
Yeah. So this is Haley proceeding to walk back, staying out of things.
Trying to stay away from
out of range and out of kill box.
Yep. So she after TKing a bunch of things, she heals herself for 2, camps 2. And this is where mistake 2 happens, as you'll see in the next turn. I'm sorry, Haley players. I don't know how to protect my Haley, so...
I can't roll dice, apparently, after a good one.
Yeah, you get one.
I get one good go, and that's it.
So
I think I lose Blessing here. You just destroy Blessing back arc. I don't get
he's in the back right now, and it's POW 18.
Yeah,
dice
it's
+1.
dice +1.
Yeah, Ironclad.
Because I don't get
Ironclad just puts him in the dirt.
I think I lose most of the unit up top too. To be
Yeah,
honest with you. I lose all those knights up top.
This is where, as you'll see in the next turn, that storm wall at the end of this turn should have been hugging that building in the zone just to block any sort of line of sight to Haley, because even though Blessing was dead, he still had a Vanquisher shot. Reckoner shot. And
12 inches. POW 15 because of Sevi.
And I forgot...
I don't have a choir.
No, you don't have a choir.
Make all Menoth people angry.
Yeah, or I would have been dead. This is the Strider going. He's just trying to put more work into those... what are the horses called? Cavalry called?
Vengers.
Into the Vengers. So... We shoot one of the Vengers.
Everybody gets angry again.
You stomp on one of the Vengers and just about kill...
I just about kill almost
Minus and what's her face?
Idria. So I hit his Venger, and then
3 damage.
And then proceed to bounce 3 times, going to Thorn, then to Linus, then to Idria. And I thankfully rolled not quite enough damage to kill them. Somehow. It was a miracle. So this is Thorn going...
And the one that got stomped survived.
Yes. So this is Thorn going. He takes out one more, and now that unit is much less threatening. So Linus and Idria just now get in the way, I think.
Try and do damage to Gravis, I think?
No, he just walked in just to get in the way, and then Idria... charges in the back with her mighty POW 7, hoping for another spike roll, but does nothing. But now she's in the way,
I believe she loses her life because of that.
Yes, she definitely does.
She should have blasted him with a spell.
I said that too.
Yeah.
Once you're in...
But the thing is, you were already...
you're in combat casting.
That would have been better than trying to hit him.
True.
It was inconsequential.
I don't think it would have... Dice off of
this whole
7.
This whole down here is pretty much that flanking
try has been thwarted, but...
So this is the Stormwall who proceeds to flub a couple rolls. I was hoping to use E-Leaps to clear out...
like 3...
Yeah, you missed a fair amount.
I missed 2.
2 survive. Because you don't do enough damage, I think, on one of them.
Yes, the E-Leap doesn't do enough damage.
The E-Leap, yeah.
Yeah, so I clear out a couple.
Angry.
I get Jake's to go. She's going to clear off that last...
No, there's 2 left there. You shoot off the back one.
I shoot off the
back one. Oh, the front one. Make the back one angry.
Yep. As it goes. And then that Charger was a champ, and he proceeds to buy 3 attacks.
Yeah.
And
with his melee weapon.
With his melee
He's
weapon.
Like, what?
And kill off 2. But I still have 2 guys.
in that unit.
Was there 2 left in that unit?
Yeah, one's all the way up at the top of the screen.
Yep,
and then the other unit is all the way at the bottom by the wall.
Yes, so that charger did work, but he's probably dead. So now this is where the one thing I forgot is I thought his tier benefit only gave his melee weapons blessed. No. I learned partway into this that it gives his everything
weapons period.
Weapons blessed.
Oh, I don't lose a rack this entire game.
No, you don't. So that contests.
So he contested that flag like a pro the entire time.
So yeah. So at the end of the turn, I put Arcane Shield on Haley, going.
And
all right, hopefully
doesn't mean anything.
No. I was hoping to be able to eat the one shot and not die. So Haley also is healed up 2, so she's now on 5.
5, yeah.
Yeah.
So I moved my knights out of the way. I charged the charger.
And that charger
and destroyed them.
Yeah.
Because they're angry,
which I thought was a good move, because I was thinking, I didn't realize at the time how far away Sevi was, but I was thinking if you could get Sevi onto the storm wall, that's one less potential target for the bounce to try to make sure
I was also
Haley,
thinking that.
So, yeah.
And then I looked on how far she is, and she's outside of 4.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she was outside of 4. Okay,
I wasn't going to go for that, but to take the charger out, you can't shoot at me with
it's definitely
3
good
shots?
to...
Yeah, 2 shots. If I temper shots, 3 shots.
Yeah. Killing the
All
charger
right.
is good.
So this is the big roll where we're all going, I'm dead. You need a 9.
And
you roll
my
5.
dice go, no.
No.
Hey, you actually get to see it this time.
You do get 7. So
What would that have been? That was PAL 15.
Straight dice.
It was dice plus 1.
Dice plus
Dice
1.
plus 1, and he had 5 left, and he had one 5 off, basically.
So Haley takes 1 and survives yet another round of not dying.
Hey, did I boosted hit? Did I crit?
No, you didn't. I saw that. I was looking for that as well.
That would have been.
I would have missed it anyway.
I had the one extra I did have the one extra focus for that as well, just in case. Just in case.
It's like there's
the shot and then the fire.
Oh, this is where we forget that there was fire on the Strider.
Yes.
That didn't do anything.
It went out anyway, I think.
So here you have Gravis in the back, or no?
Yeah, Gravis just kills that one guy because.
I think you should have probably walked him around, killed him, and then actually gone to contest that flag, because you didn't actually contest that flag, allowing me to get another point.
Over this. I was contesting that flag
with one
with one guy.
With one guy.
So that's contesting.
Or even have ran him, like to get him up, closer to Haley or something to threaten.
Or use repo.
I completely.
That's what I thought. I thought he was going to stab him and then repo him.
Yeah.
I forget reposition all the time.
Yep.
Because I'm a horrible player.
Yeah. Because you
should expect me not to remember or contest flags, because I don't play for scenario. I play for the kill.
Yeah, and then so
and try twice.
And try twice, and
your second one was better than 50-50 to pull it off.
Yes, it was better than 50-50. Oh, sweet. Well,
with the hit roll it drops.
With the hit roll it drops, but it was close. It was Haley surviving being hit twice somehow and not dying. So. So this is you, I think, going into my...
the errants, doing all the hits with the errants onto your...
Ironclad.
And
you...
They all hit?
They all hit, and
Which is a shocker. Really.
And you end up taking out, I think, my right eye or my Cartax.
Actually, they're only POW 10s, and they do quite a bit of damage to your guy. But, like the rest of this, they're weapon masters, and I get to throw as much dice as I want to.
Yep. So I was actually surprised you didn't get taken out. You rolled, I think, a little bit less than I would have thought.
I had a lot of 1s and 2s, especially the last guy. I think the last guy only did the last two
only did like 3 damage each. Yeah. So after Haley surviving yet another turn, it's time for her to get away from anything that can kill her. Kill anything that can kill her. And my goal this turn now was I felt I had attritioned. I was low on clock, but it was time for starting to go for scenario.
I believe this is the point where I'm at 22 and you're at
you're at 9 or 10 and I'm at 22.
Yeah, there's a major clock difference.
I played a lot faster than I thought I usually do. That's probably the fastest game I've actually played.
So
it's good not thinking about things.
This is a storm wall going up, and
he skirts the one guy's melee outside of the other guy's melee up top there.
And
then you drop a pod.
And then I drop a pod, which apparently I learned you can drop a pod behind you. So this is a storm wall going into his jack.
Oh, we pause it here to check because it actually says within 10 inches of this wall.
So you can put it behind.
Yeah, it's not arc dependent.
And then the Stormwall kind of flubs a little bit and misses
The
2 of its
Reckoner-
attacks.
And the Reckoner survives.
Yeah, was hoping to put that Reckoner, but I did take out the gun, so I was far less afraid of being shot in the face again and dying. So we kill those last 2 of the unit with the pod and start. Was it?
I don't think there's any way for me to shoot at you again anyways.
Well, if you walk out of melee, there's a good chance.
No, I guess I could have maybe go up and still try and shoot you. I mean, it's still, I had to get 10s.
Yeah, you need.
I'll
Yeah,
put
you
vision
can-
on you. I'll put vision on my Reckoner. Walk out.
Yeah, walk out.
Vision the
Yeah.
hit.
So, but with 2 needing 10s, it's possible, but
Well, we thought the first assassination was impossible and almost did it, so
it's true.
I should have tried.
So this is Haley.
3 for 3.
Haley proceeded to temp excel. I believe she healed again for a couple. She temp excelled Thorn. Thorn then walked up and
And
proceeded to destroy everything that was put
Yeah, my
into that.
errands. They're.
I'm surprised they survived this long. This
Yep.
is like turn 4.
And then the Ironclad goes down and clears off that last horsey, and now we're in a position where we can start scoring.
Well, you move your solo over too. I mean,
Move my solo
you try
on
and
the
kill
flag.
Gravis. You dismount Gravis.
Yeah, I flubbed a little bit here too because I missed. I think I
You
didn't.
missed one.
I missed one of the shots actually.
And then I do the Dragoon trick and put
yourself out of melee with
put
me.
myself
Yes,
out
that
of
was-
melee,
that
so
was
you can
good.
do your other stomps.
But this turn we have Thorn in his zone, we have the Stormwall in my zone,
There you go.
and we have the flag. So we are up 3
That's
zip at this
that's
point.
our
This is
land on the
where-
flag, right?
Yes, that's Arlen on the flag. Yeah,
This is where I pretty much have to try and contest,
yeah.
try and do something to that storm wall.
'Cause
There's no chance.
there's
I
no-
don't think
none
the
of-
Reckoner could have done it.
None of his
anything
models
really.
left in the top zone, right? That's what.
I have nothing up
Right.
there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So
So I try and plink some damage with the Reckoner. Maybe take out something. Probably not.
yep.
It's I mean, dice minus 1.
Was it, his club was still up at that
Yeah,
point?
my club's
Okay.
still up.
Yeah, I rolled poorly on that.
Cortex Club. We're all good there.
Yep.
And I'm pretty much have to try and contest everything, which I believe I bring Gravis down and contest. I kill.
You kill
your guy
Arlen on the
outside of the
flag.
melee
Yep.
of the Strider.
Yep. So you have to get something in the zone. You have to contest everything and not let me score. But at this point, I think it's a pretty bad situation.
I'm trying.
Well, that
another
top
Hail
zone is
Mary,
hard to
pretty
get,
much.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't have much.
I don't have much left, and I think I'm pretty much gone.
But
Done, but I try and
You
score 1 in the bottom zone with Sevi, and this is where we are measuring so I can charge that bottom guy.
Yeah.
And
yeah, luckily you didn't have. You lose repo when you're off your horse, so couldn't quite. Well, the Strider was there, but you couldn't quite get.
I wouldn't have remembered to repo
repo.
anyways.
Yeah, it's true. I forgot to put down. What do you call it?
Covering
fire.
fire.
Multiple
Yeah, you never
times.
All
played.
game, yeah.
All game.
I never repoed anything.
Mind
this
you,
entire game.
it didn't really matter that much though,
No.
just because turns out armor 19 doesn't really care about
No,
POW10s.
not at all.
So I think So you
This is I take out the guy, contest the flag, and this is where I move Sevi over.
camp a
Put
bit.
Defender's Ward on myself, I believe.
I think you
and
upkept
then
it, and this is where
This is where I tried. I could only get 1 charge off.
in Roving Co. You think you should have put Sevi into or put some spells onto my caster just to try and or not a caster into Thorn just to make sure he died and go up 1 point.
Yeah, but then I'm going to be sitting on nothing.
I think.
I mean, you guys only have 2 attacks, really, but that Strider's right there. I'm on the hill. I'm sitting on nothing.
Yeah, fair enough. So you put some damage
I should have
into
put
him.
more of those guys contesting.
Yeah. So you put Thorn into you put him into Thorn or put one of your Rovan and Co into Thorn and don't quite get there. I think
No.
he got about half of his boxes left. And then you run up your vassal just to contest.
And then use it.
And then pass the turn. Yep. And oh no, this is you going into my
the Reckoner.
Stormwall.
I don't know. I didn't know how much damage I did to the Reckoner. I
You
didn't
did.
do
You
a whole lot.
rolled box cards in the first
Oh, yeah,
damage
that's
roll,
right.
and put 11 damage into it. I remember doing that.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is you putting your vassal into the zone. But at this point,
I just
all I gotta do.
dragging it out. I mean, there's a chance that maybe you clock. Who
Yeah,
knows?
I got 4 minutes left. I basically have to kill, as you see here, I kill Grievous, I run Jake's up to the flag,
I
and
just
then
screw up and tell you there's 8 boxes, but there's only 5.
yeah,
That's
I had more
already
than
better.
I had more than enough attacks.
He had 4 attacks that hit me.
Yep.
And
Jake goes on the flag. Stormwall turns, smacks that
Poor little vassal.
vassal.
no, you
and
missed the first time.
We missed first time. We boost and buy and boost second one, and I also had Haley there. I was going to TK it if I had to, just to get it out of the zone.
And then that's it,
pretty
I
much
think.
it. Haley didn't actually have to be in that zone. I had a storm wall there, so.
Oh, you kill Rovin.
Nope. I had all I needed was the 2 points.
Yeah, and this is where we're discussing the other game.
Yeah.
So
But yeah. Almost dying and then coming back to win on scenario. It was a scary game, but a good one. I hope you guys enjoyed watching Haley almost die twice.
Yeah, and here we were talking, I think, a lot about the assassination and what would have needed to happen for the rolls. Just doing some math, I think, to figure out what would have been best. So
Talking about how I should have had the storm wall next to the house. How there's a lot of things I could have done to not die, and we didn't. But
It was pretty darn close a couple of
out in the
times,
middle of nowhere so you can shoot him on turn 1.
yeah, she just about died twice, so that was pretty intense. But that was a good game. It was a long slog. Thanks guys for watching. Again, please hit a like on that video if you enjoyed us, and follow our channel. You can subscribe for updates. You can also follow us on Facebook by searching for DeathClock Dave. And we also actively watch the YouTube comments and Facebook comments on the matches. So if you guys have any comments, we'd be happy to answer those. I look forward to seeing you guys next week.